Good afternoon, dear students. This is your Sudha ma'am. Welcome to the second session of lesson 11, that is respiration in organisms. In our previous session, we have studied about respiration in human beings, discovery of carbon dioxide, discovery of oxygen, and what does our breath contain. Today, in this session, we are learning about breathing in other animals and respiration in plants. Let's enter into our today's topic, that is breathing in other animals. First of all, let us learn about fish. Observe the fishes in an aquarium. Fishes continuously open and close their mouth in water. And gills are the respiratory organs in fish. On either side of the head, there are both the sides gills are present, covered by operculum, and the gills are richly supplied with blood vessels. The water that enters the mouth flows through the gills and it comes out of the flaps. The gills absorb the oxygen that is dissolved in the water, and this oxygen is carried to different parts of the body of the fish. So, the water enters through the mouth and it flows through the gills, and at the same time, the oxygen is absorbed by the blood vessels and carbon dioxide is released into the water, and that waste water comes out. The water along with carbon dioxide comes out of the gills, and the oxygen is used to carry it to other parts of the body and used by the body. And moving on to the frog, the respiratory organs of the frog. Frogs are amphibians, that means they stay on land and they live in water also. To breathe on land, they have lungs. They use their lungs while they are on the land, and when they are goes for a deep sleep, like undergoes a sleep like estivation, summer sleep, and hibernation, winter sleep, that time they use their moist skin. And the baby frogs, that is tadpole, the young frogs are called tadpoles, and they are aquatic and they look like fish, and they use their gills like fishes. They too have gills. So these gills help them to breathe in water by taking in the air dissolved in water. So in this way, the frog uses its lungs when it is on the land, and during estivation and hibernation it uses its moist skin, and the young frog, that is tadpoles, use their gills. And coming to the cockroach. A cockroach has small opening on the sides of the body, what we call them spiracles. Not only cockroach, the insects, they have small openings on the sides of their body, and these are connected through a small tubes. These holes are connected with a small tubes of the network called trachea. So these help the cockroach to breathe, and the holes are called spiracles. The network of respiratory tubes are called trachea. Take the air from the spiracles and circulate it throughout the body and collect it back and send it out of this through the spiracles. So the air enters in through the spiracles, that is holes on the either side of the body, and inside trachea, the network system of tubes of network. So the air goes through this network, and it is utilized by the body, and the carbon dioxide rich air comes out through spiracles. And moving on to the earthworm. Earthworms breathe through their skin. It is thin and moist with minute holes. So the skin is thin, moist, and full of moisture, and it has minute holes through which the air passes in and out. The earthworms thus breathe through its whole body surface. And frogs, toads, salamanders, and leech are the some other animals that breathe through their skin. Now, moving on to the next topic, that is respiration in plants. In plants, gaseous exchange takes place by stomata. Already we know about stomata. The stomata are the small pores which are present on the lower surface of the leaf. So, through the stomata, the oxygen and carbon dioxide goes in and comes out. Like other animals, plants also use oxygen in the process of respiration, whereas they use carbon dioxide for the preparation of food, that is photosynthesis. And not only stomata, lenticels, those are the pores which are present on the surface of the stems. So plants take the oxygen through stomata and lenticels. And moving on to the respiration in sprouted seeds. To know the respiration of sprouted seeds, we have to do a small activity. Take a conical flask with some sprouted seeds. Already you know that the sprouted seeds are nothing but the germinating seeds. Fit a 2-hole rubber cork tightly to its mouth and insert glass tubes into the 2 holes. Fit a rubber tube to one of the glass tube and a funnel to the other. Take a test tube about 1/4 with lime water and dip the rubber tube into it. So we have taken a conical flask which is fitted with a 2-hole rubber cork, and in these 2 holes we have inserted 2 glass tubes, and for one glass tube we are attached a rubber tube and for another one a funnel, and this rubber tube is dipped in a test tube which contains the lime water. Now add water to the funnel through the funnel drop by drop into the conical flask. Keep adding water till the conical flask is filled with one-fourth of it. Now we can observe that after some time we can observe that the lime water in the test tube turns milky, indicating the presence of carbon dioxide. And where does this carbon dioxide comes from? That is due to the respiration of these sprouted seeds. And not only these sprouted seeds, we can do the same experiment by using flowers, flower buds, and small rooted plants. As they carry out respiration, the lime water in the test tube turns milky. Both the plants and animals use oxygen during respiration. You may heard of a big hospitals keeping cylinders filled with oxygen. We have seen in this COVID time also we have seen the oxygen cylinders for the needy people they are using. When a person has a breathing problem, he is given oxygen. An oxygen mask is fitted to the nose and mouth of the person, and a rubber tube connects the mask to the oxygen cylinder. And sometimes a patient is given oxygen during the operation time. And generally, mountaineers carry the oxygen cylinders. As they go up in the atmosphere, there is a reduction in the oxygen levels. That is why they carry the oxygen cylinders. But if we cut down the trees in the same manner or pollute the environment like this, we may carry cylinders, oxygen cylinders on our backs in our near future. Like our mountaineers, we too have to carry the oxygen cylinders for your schools and for your colleges, like that. So don't encourage the cutting down of trees and try to plant more trees and save our environment. Let's summarize today's topics. Today we have learnt about breathing in other animals and respiration in plants. That's all for today. Meet you in the next session. Thank you.